Welcome to the first ever episode of Zest, an entirely student-produced talk show out of Western Connecticut State University. Our aim is to introduce worthwhile community issues and really dive into the heart of what makes Connecticut one of the absolute best places to live. I'm one of your hosts this evening, Alanna Hill.
And I'm her co-host, Valeska Diaz. Tonight we bring you a juicy advice column. We'll give you an exclusive look into the lives of high school artists and even feature an interview with a talented musician living out his dreams right here in Connecticut. Believe us when we say anything can happen here on the Zest.
And we really do mean anything, so fasten your seatbelts, ladies and gentlemen, and let's get ready to get zesty.
Before we jump right in, let's check out this weather package by one of our student meteorologists, Antonio Negron.
Yes, thank you. So today we have seen quite a bit of rain throughout the day. I took this picture out of WestConn's Midtown campus at around 3 o'clock this afternoon. What happened?
When I do this, I'm asking if you're ready.
Oh yeah, I'm ready.
All right.
I thought you meant like go.
No.
Okay.
This is go.
All right.
This is
So just when do I start?
when do you?
All right.
Sorry, that was my bad. Misunderstanding.
Hi, I took this picture outside of WestConn's Midtown campus at around 3 o'clock this afternoon. We have overcast skies and lots of rain fell throughout the day, but skies have cleared up. This is due to tomorrow we will see dry conditions, but it will still be chilly for your day on Thursday. Friday, it looks like there might be some more snow as well as Friday. I know that is unfortunate news, but hey, we do live in New England. And it will dry up for your day on Sunday, but yes, we are watching the chance for another storm Monday night into Tuesday. I'll give you full forecast details in just a few minutes. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Ryan. Today we want to welcome to the show our guest panelist, Markeith Black. He's a student here at WestConn who's eager to help and give us advice.
We also want to welcome here today another student guest we have. Her name is Melanie Martinez, and she is going to be coming on to the segment a little bit later to talk to us about a problem she is having. But before we go any further, tell me, are you a college student who feels constantly caught up in relationship drama? Do you often say to yourself, I wish there was a friendly advice column I could watch to alleviate my stresses?
Or I wish there was a show that talked about real issues young people face in relationships today.
Well, the good news is, if you have been saying these things to yourself, look no further because we have heard your cries and we are here to deliver. So I'm going to read our first submission right now for us. So it reads, My boyfriend and I were inseparable in high school, and now we are both at different colleges halfway across the country. He's a great guy, and I want to be with him still, but I'm finding it harder and harder to balance enjoying my life at school and keeping this relationship afloat. I often find myself sacrificing having fun with my friends in order to keep him happy. I love him, and I don't want to hurt him or lose him, but I'm not sure I can keep this up for much longer. How do I explain all of this to him without losing him in my life forever? Now, before we talk about this here on our panel, I want to take a look and see what the students at WestConn had to say about this issue.
I only think long-distance relationships can work if you have a strong enough bond beforehand, before the relationship became long-distance. Other than that, if the relationship was formed with length already between it, I think it'd be weaker than the relationship I just described.
I feel like long distance relationships can work. You just need to love yourself and not be insecure and be confident in yourself. And if you have trust and you know your man or you know your woman, they're not going to do you wrong.
Well, it depends on the situation. I would say it depends. Most of the time, no. But if it's a really strong, healthy relationship, then sure. And if they're not separated for years on end, then it could probably go okay.
I think they can work depending on how strong the bond is between the two individuals in the relationship, and also based on how much time they're spending apart. Like if it's a couple of months, or I think the maximum amount of time it can work for is 1.5 to 2 years, but anything longer than that I think will be too much, and I think one or both parties will get lonely and they'll be tempted to stray.
Well, I mean, it may be a shot in the dark, but I think long-distance relationships can work. I mean, you don't have someone physically there with you, cuddle with you, or talk with you, or hold you at night. But if you have someone to talk with on the phone and tell them that you love them and that they love you and can help you through problems and give you advice and relieve you from certain stress, that's more than enough.
Okay, so long distance relationships, guys. I don't know if you guys have been through one. I've been in one, and so I'm trying not to put too much personal bias here on my advice. But I think the biggest thing for me that I would say to you would be, communication is key here. It's definitely difficult when you don't have the person that you love and care for by your side. I think at our age, it's also easy to get very insecure. So you're like, oh, if this person isn't with me right now, you're just constantly thinking oh, who are they with? Are they with someone else? Are they meeting someone else when I'm not around all the time? So that can really honestly be a huge stress on someone. Trust me, I would know. And I think, it's not really anything you can escape if you're in a long distance relationship. But I think, if you have communication and there's trust between you and that other person, you can always find ways to make it work.
I agree. I was in a long distance relationship, and I found it less stressful, believe it or not. If there's trust, then it should work out. What I did was we had a lot of communication, and my idea is that if you have to lose the trust, he has to do something in order for me to lose trust, and then once there's no more trust, there's no more relationship. But therefore, if there's trust and communication, then a relationship can go far.
All right, perfect. So I'm going to start reading the second submission. I started dating this new guy at my school, and he has a big group of friends. As someone who doesn't have a huge social life at school, I didn't mind befriending his group and was even looking forward to making some new friends of my own. As time goes on, however, I'm finding it harder and harder to not be jealous of the many girls he's friends with. These girls have become my friends as well. My fears are that I cannot trust these girls that I now call my friends, and if something happens between my boyfriend and I will have no social life. How can I be honest about my feelings without seeming insecure and ruining friendships? Let's hear what the students at West Conn had to say.
Oh yeah, it's completely justifiable. Human jealousy is definitely a thing. Someone who you want to keep as a partner, specifically, you would want to keep that and not have someone take them away from you. So I guess, yeah, it's justifiable to be jealous.
Yeah, it's normal to feel jealous because that's just a normal feeling. If I feel like somebody else is entering my space that I have with my mate, I'm definitely gonna feel some kind of way, and I'm gonna address it so it can be handled with.
Sometimes it is. I mean, it all depends upon what your makeup is and how you treat each other. If somebody, my girlfriend, is romantically involved, then I would have a little harder time accepting that person to come into the house and go out with separately.
I mean, I think it's human nature that if you could tell somebody's into your significant other that you're going to get a little annoyed or jealous. I mean, depending on if you think that they can compete with you type of thing. But I think it's normal, but you also have to be able to trust your partner and have them trust you. So even if somebody is showing an interest in them, if you have a stable relationship where you trust one another, then it shouldn't really matter.
Absolutely. I think, people can have guy friends versus girlfriends, but it all depends how you would treat that other person.
Now, this is kind of a hard subject, but Markeith, what are your opinions on this. What do you think she should do?
Well, the thing is when you have other guy friends or you have any other girlfriends or so forth, it's okay to be jealous, really, because let's say for example, oh, it took you a while to get this person and now you're finally with her. Now you're happy, you're happy being with her. And now all of a sudden it's like, oh, wait a minute, who's this person she's hanging out with? Or who's this person that she's hanging out with? And it's gonna get a little bit crazy in your mind. But it's like everyone said else before, you need trust. If you don't have trust, then after that, you're gonna get paranoid, you're gonna get insane, and then you're gonna be like, oh, yo, let me see your text messages, let me see who's on your phone or anything else like that. And it will just not be good for you.
So yeah, I think our theme here tonight is definitely communication. You need to have communication with your partner. No one is gonna be able to read your mind or know what you're thinking. So if you have a problem with something or you feel like someone is too close to your significant other and you're feeling insecure about that, the only thing that you can really do is open up to both parties, all the parties involved, and make your feelings clear across. So just so we have enough time, I want to jump it over to our other guest, Milani, she's been nice enough to give people advice here, but she's also here to seek advice for something she's going through. So Milani, why don't you tell us what's going on in your life right now?
Well, I've been dating my boyfriend for a couple months now, and things have been going really great. We do a lot of things with each other. We go out, the affection is there, but the communication is kind of off. I have a problem with him not being able to basically open up to his feelings towards me. So I just wanted to seek advice for that.
Mm-hmm. So do you feel like you have made your feelings transparent to him? Like, do you feel like it's clear to him?
I'm very open about how I feel, my emotions and stuff. So I'm very, open with my emotions. So it's kind of, when I open up to him, I wait for him to say something back, and he's just like, okay, love you too, and I'm just like, okay, can I get a little bit more? Can you tell me how you feel? How do I make you feel? So it's kind of vague, but his affection is there. So
it's hard, right? Markeith, I want to just quickly hear your take on this because it's hard for us girls to know what's going on in a guy's mind. So just shed a little light on this for us.
Okay, well, Milani, a question for you. Does your boyfriend know that you have other guy friends, or if you have any guy friends for that matter?
Yes.
All right, and how does he feel that you have guy friends?
He doesn't mind it. I don't. It's really not a problem. It's just focusing on him talking to me. I just want him to open up to me. Yes, I am open with my feelings towards him, but and I do have guy friends. I do talk about my feelings, and I try to even get their intake on why are guys so vague? Why can't you express to me the way I express to you?
Well, that really goes into more a man's masculinity, really. I wouldn't claim myself as, I would say I am very masculine, but as well, I do have a feminine side. I do get emotional as well, and I would cry sometimes too. I'm not afraid to admit that on TV. So, but that's the problem with other guys they're afraid to feel that emotion because there are some people in their household who just have to live by this law saying yo, you gotta toughen up, be a man, don't cry, why you cry like a girl? And that's something you don't really want to do.
Okay, so thank you. Sadly, unfortunately, we have to run, but we want to thank Markeith and Milani for coming and joining us today on the show.
Thank you guys so much. I wish we had more time to talk about this. I was really going to get into this in here. So we're definitely going to have to come back and do this again. But do not go away because when we do come back, we are going to have students here from the Ridgefield Guild of Artists that are going to absolutely blow you away with their talent, and you really do not want to miss it. It's all coming up right here on the West Zest.
How often does this happen? If he's angry.
Or when he's been drinking.
So you think it's your fault?
I didn't want them to know. It was just another failed relationship.
The Ridgefield Guild of Artists is a regional and community-based art organization that promotes the visual arts and art education.
Today, we are going to welcome 2 students from Ridgefield High School who take art classes at the Guild every Saturday. So my team and I, we had the pleasure of actually taking a trip to the Guild to meet these students and the teacher, and they work so hard on their art every week, and they provide the community with a really authentic experience. So let's just take a look at, what we experienced when we took our trip to the Guild.
The Ridgefield Guild of Artists provides an environment rich in visual arts and art education for all ages. The vast gallery space and quiet, serene location make it the perfect place for locals and tourists to enjoy a wide variety of exhibits and various programs that take place throughout the year.
The gallery has been around for about 50 years, close to 50 years. The building is over 100 years old. It was a sheep barn at one time, and the Guild took it over, again, about 50 years ago. We have about 300 members, and it's not just Ridgefield based, it's actually quite regional. People come from all over. We're very well known. We're small but mighty. We're not a museum. We're not like the Aldrich Museum, a contemporary art museum. But we fill a niche here in Ridgefield and the surrounding communities.
Every Saturday from 1:30 to 4:30, Ridgefield High School students gather here to spend afternoons improving their techniques and skill set. Carol Miller has been teaching various art classes at the Guild for many years. Her students spoke towards the tremendous impact she has had in developing their talents.
Every week I come here mostly because I've developed a really great relationship with the teacher here, and every week she teaches me something new. I've really been able to develop my figure drawing skills and my painting skills as she guides me, and meeting other artists here that are really as invested as you are is really nice. To develop a bond and really relate to one another is a really nice couple of hours every weekend.
I come here, I'm friends with the kids here. The person who teaches is really nice. She's like a third grandma, kinda, actually. It's just kind of a peaceful environment where I can sit down and just draw whatever I want,
I've really been into paleontology and especially drawing dinosaurs, stuff like that, so paleo art is what it's called. And Mrs. Miller, the teacher of our class, she's been really helpful in helping me develop that skill. And I think that each time I come here, I'm getting a little better each time.
But I came here, my husband died and I was pretty lonely. And they asked me to give lessons, so I started here. And I really didn't want to do it. They said, would you just come and do a few classes? And I didn't want to. I don't do that. But years went by till I found it was a blessing. And I love the students so much. And I think that's the reason they are successful.
Those who have made the Guild a big part of their lives recognize the importance of expressing oneself through art and progressing your talent amongst others who share a similar passion.
The arts are very important. It's all part of, you probably know about STEM, but what's taking over is STEAM, and the A in that word is for the arts, to be creative. I mean, we can have the science, technology, engineering, and math, but unless you have a creative spirit and mind about you, it doesn't gel, it doesn't come together.
I think it's really important for someone to have like a creative outlet and really have a chance to pursue, an interest or a talent and really feel like they're able to express themselves and have a voice in society depending on, what they're interested in.
But we all, no matter what direction we take in life, being a visual person is helpful. Being very aware of your surroundings and what you're looking at, very important. And it enhances your life, makes it larger.
So we are so excited because we have our 2 guests here. We have Will on my right and Jack over here to my left. You probably just saw them in the video we just showed because they were featured in it, but we were lucky enough to have them actually come on the show and talk to us a little bit tonight, just a little bit more about their art and the program that they're in. So yeah, let's do it.
So Will, how has this program helped you in other aspects of your life?
I would say it's helped me better than just having a view of, just being able to see things differently. Like before taking this class, I didn't know how to shade or even just to see depth and a sense of perception. I think after taking this class, it's really helped me just to see the world as more meaningful and more colorful.
Nice. All right, awesome. So, let me see. Do you guys, would you say you had like a favorite piece of artwork that you would maybe want to show us, maybe?
Yeah, I drew this one. This was a.
Can we have the camera zoom in a little bit on
pretty
this?
cool pen sketch I did.
Okay.
I think I did this a while ago. I mean, I've been drawing for a year and a half now, yet still this remains one of my favorite pieces.
Okay.
I just think the cross-hatching is pretty detailed, especially on the white pockets, the coat right here, or more or less right here.
That's
especially.
You were super talented. That's like amazing.
Thank you.
So do you like drawing with pens, or do you have like a preference or not?
Yeah, I have a major preference for pens and markers. They're more accurate than, say, paint or colored pencils or any other medium out there.
Yeah.
And they just, I don't know, they just seem reliable.
That's awesome.
What about you, Will?
Okay, so unlike Jack, I'm not talented at all at drawing people. I love drawing dinosaurs ever since I was a kid, so do a lot of drawings like that. So
that's really cool.
Really
and
cool.
I can speak towards this. I actually went there and saw all of their artwork. These kids are amazing.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
I like doing a lot of pencil drawings.
Just hold it up a little bit so we can. There we go.
Okay.
We want the people to see it. The beautiful work.
Yeah. Yeah. So I do a bunch. I've been doing a series of these, black and white, and I just started doing some color now.
Is that pencil?
Yeah.
That looks. The shading is flawless. It doesn't.
Wow.
It looks
yes.
amazing. Oh my gosh, you guys are really good. Oh my gosh. Okay, so what do you think that you would maybe say to other students who might be like watching this, like, oh, maybe I should go to the Guild of Artists and go hang out with these kids and practice my art? Like, what would you want to say to these kids who are watching?
I mean, not only does the guild provide a good proving ground as to, develop your skill, but it also kind of sets apart a pocket of time, away from everything, away from all the hubbub of the world, the technology, where you can just kind of sit down with some peace and quiet and just draw. It just sanctions off a portion of your day to this skill. And I think that's really how you develop. It's just practice. And the guild just gives you a place to do so.
Yeah.
While also giving you advice along the way, Miss Miller's great, our teacher.
Yeah, she's so nice. I really liked her a lot. She was really awesome. What about you? Like, what do you want to say
I could
to
probably
everyone?
say more about that. Even if you don't think you're a good artist, going in and just trying it, our art teacher, Mrs. Miller, she's so supportive about anything you do. Yeah, she just loves to help people. She's been doing it for over 30 years now. So she's the expert.
Yeah.
And if for example, for me, I like drawing dinosaurs. She was able to help me do that. She started as like a traditional artist, so she kind of has that skill in everything that you need. So like she helped Jack with people, helped me with dinosaurs. She helped the other boy Matt develop his skills. He's kind of everywhere.
Yeah. I think something that the director of the guild, she had mentioned in the video, which I it spoke to me. It was like, I think being creative is something that is very much it's an underrated skill. I don't think a lot of people give enough credit to kids who have the ability to, have a vision in their head, think of something that you want to bring to life, and then to actually bring that piece of work to life. I mean, I know from experience, it's a very validating feeling. Like, I know even from just trying to get this show together, having a vision in your head and just trying to, create it in the physical, it is like such a good feeling. It really makes you feel good about yourself, right? So I think that anyone who wants to go out there and explore your talents, you shouldn't be afraid to, right?
I agree.
They should totally do that. So thank you guys so much for being here tonight. We really want to thank you guys for coming.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for coming on the show, guys, and thank you, Mrs. Miller, for showing and helping you guys out with your artwork. You guys are great.
So if you want to check out the Ridgefield Guild of Artists, whether you're interested in taking a class, or if you want to just go and check out these kids' gallery, which I highly suggest you do because they're super talented and it's awesome, we're going to throw up on the screen information. We have a phone number and a website where you can go check out the Ridgefield Guild of Artists, and you should totally do that.
Now let's check in with Ryan for a weather update.
Thank you. So yes, why did we see the rain this afternoon? The reason is we have an area of low pressure off to our north and west. With this, we had a warm front that moved through earlier today, and the cold front has since passed as well. With this, we will see much cooler conditions for your day on Thursday, but it will be dry, so that is some good news. Taking a look at the current satellite, look at this beautiful circulation of clouds. We have the clouds streaming in from the south, which is why we saw the rain this morning, but we will see clearing skies for the evening, which will allow the temperatures to drop off pretty drastically as well. On the radar, we have the showers that moved through earlier this morning. We did have a few spotty showers around, but these since have dried up, so we should stay dry for the evening tonight and even through the day tomorrow. But for tonight, we'll see a low of 28 degrees with decreasing clouds. It will be quite windy with a west wind of 20 to 30 miles per hour. For your day on Thursday, we'll see a high of 40 degrees, which is pretty chilly for this time of year, but we do dry out. We'll see mostly sunny skies, and it will be breezy with the west-northwest wind at 10 to 20 miles per hour. On my exclusive 5-day forecast, look at this. We're going to have a little bit of snow move in for your Friday morning commute. Upwards of an inch of snow is possible, but that will transition to showers as we'll see a high of 50 degrees, so it will warm up quite nicely for your day on Friday. But Saturday, it looks a little interesting right now. It looks like we'll see a period of moderate snow throughout the day. Look at that temperature, only 31 degrees for the high. Right now, it looks like maybe 3 to 6 inches of snow, but that may change over the next 24 to 36 hours. So absolutely make sure you stay tuned to our forecast, and we'll keep you up to date with that. But hey, look at this. I have some good news. We have Sunday will be dry with a high of only 37 degrees, so we'll be quite chilly for this time of the year. And Monday, once again, we are watching a storm for Monday night into Tuesday. Right now, it could be rain or snow. The details need to be ironed out over the next few days. But that's a look at your next 5 days. Back to you guys at the desk.
So in just a moment, we're going to take a look at a news package that we actually have of a local artist here in Connecticut. Benjamin Dutch the Dreamer Grenier is a Connecticut native born and raised in Connecticut. For years, he has worked to create unique music that really embodies a hip-hop alternative sound.
We had the privilege of meeting with this young artist to learn more about what it's like self-starting musician at a young age. Let's look at what he has to say.
17, 18, right around then, I was kind of like, yeah, that's what I'm going to do over everything. So it's just always been like deep passion in music for me.
Oh yeah, my eyes red when it's smooth fall. I always feel like, yeah, I always feel like, oh yeah, my eyes red.
Mostly within like my home city of Darien, like hip hop was always a thing, and it was just always so multicultural growing up. I think Connecticut as a whole has really driven me to want more, just because being such a small state, like you only get a taste of certain things. Once I left Connecticut and like found out there's a whole other world out there, once I came back to Connecticut, I started putting the pieces together of what music was and why an area affects the way you listen to music. Like why people in New Orleans have like this deep endearment for like jazz swing music, and why up here we have this like heavy, rugged hip hop compared to like the West Coast where things are real smooth and chill. Like we have this like aggressive kind of side to us, a dirty kind of side to us. So I just think like the whole East Coast tri-state area in general just really has a real like rough edge to it, and I've always enjoyed it, and I think that carried with me heavy into my own music. Yeah, Kid Cudi, like to an extreme level. He was like a big brother to me through his music, so in that, like, and just all the sounds and the way he went about it, it just made me want to make music that really like hit you as a person. And just the sounds like hit that little like hair on your neck and just make you go like, oh man, that's so dope. I can't put it down to one, I think, but off my mixtape Insomnia, I did a track called Home. And it's not even available anywhere on the internet anymore, which I think is kind of cool. I have like the one copy of it. It was just me explaining like what home was and what home meant to me and where home is, and like it just gave me that like that sensation you have when like you're like it's like your bed. It's like when you're there and like you just like cuddle up in it, like you're good. Like, and that song was me trying to describe that feeling. It was the first time I ever played guitar on a song and sang on a song, so that one for sure. I think opening for Currency was like, because that was the first really big show I did, and it just happened so naturally. Just one of those moments where everything kind of had to go right, and it did. Then, like, being on stage in front of a couple hundred people for the first time was kind of like surreal. And I don't think my performance was that great, but it was enough to like stick out to certain people, and it just brought me more opportunity. I think the most like trying moment was actually here. Here. I was on stage and me and my boy were performing, and the crowd was not feeling us, and we were soft, and we were just like, it was crazy. Like the whole event played out so crazy, and like we went on super late, and it was like a contest kind of thing. So they told us like, if you're not feeling anybody, let them know. And we got on. 15 seconds in, it was just like the crowd overwhelmingly was not feeling us. I looked back at the DJ, which was DJ Craig from Hot 937. I can't wait to tell him this story one day. I was just like, what do we do? And he was like, I guess you get off. I got off stage. I'm super frustrated, and some random guy that I don't know who he is, where he's from, I know he's from Atlanta, just came up to me and was like, listen, man, you could do one of two things here. One being you could give up and never show your face again, or two, next time you come, just come 10 times harder. And in the moment, I think I was just like, and we walked out, but it brought me back down to earth. It was like, all right, man, listen, like, you're not a rock star yet. Like, you still got more work to do. So, and I was here. Keep trying and failing and trying and failing and trying and failing until something works. I think you just need to try until you get into a groove where you're like, all right, this is how we maneuver, and this is how we function, and this is how you go about doing certain things. And your music just has to be good. Like, at the end of the day, always remember, good music rises to the top every time, and great musicians will be the ones that find success in this. So keep the music in your heart, rap about, or not even sing about whatever you want to sing about. Make sure it's pure to you, and you'll get there. Next is just going to be a lot of really cool visuals, a lot of shows. I want to travel. I want to reach everybody. I want to get to like the few people that are like, hey, I'm from Des Moines, Iowa, and I listen to your music, like the random people. I want to get to them somehow. I am working on another project. I can't talk too much about it, but I'm learning how to use sound in new ways, so I'm really excited about it, and I'm just pushing some ideas. So I don't know, just the adventure is still kicking. That's like what you can expect next, just more adventures. So yeah, stay tuned.
So this is very, very sad. This really saddens me to say this, but we really don't have any more time here on West Zest tonight. I hope that we were able to add a little extra zest to your evening.
Look out for our other productions by the WCSU Presents. Again, I'm Valeska Diaz.
And I'm Alanna Hill. Thanks for watching, and have a good night.